Hello, Aku here again. Welcome to episode 32 of my 1.5.2 beta. Still on 0.5. I expected 0.7 to be here by now, but it isn't. So we're still on 0.5. Right, what do I want to start with? A couple of things I want to deal with at first. I finished last episode looking at the blast furnace. Well, I had a change of mind about what I was going to do with that. It was up there with a coke oven. I've taken that coke oven out. I've moved the blast furnace here into the wall. This is the first thing I've actually put in the wall. Like, I'm going to put steel tanks. And basically, I'm using charcoal. Because I've got like 5,000 charcoal and a load of sawdust. Let's have a look. I've got 4,000 charcoal left there. And a lot of that sawdust. And another 500. So like 4,500 charcoal in total. And we're getting more of that, of course, because we've got 30,000 sawdust there as well. So that's a byproduct from this, of course, which runs that boiler. So I'm going to keep getting charcoal, so I thought I might as well use it for something. So I've set that up there. So this is pretty straightforward. Can I break that one? Yep, there we go. Pretty straightforward. So a basic import bus just takes the steel back out. ME interface with the iron to steel pattern in there. And precision export bus. That puts charcoal in there, and it's move single items or craft. So of course we've got charcoal pattern in a couple of places. First charcoal pattern we have, and I've got no fuel left in my jetpack, in my harness, should I say. The first charcoal pattern we have is in there, I believe. Yep, charcoal from compressed sawdust. And then up in the Mac at the top we've got compressed sawdust from normal sawdust, I believe. So that, when the charcoal runs out, it should auto craft charcoal. Yep, there we go, 8 sawdust, 1 compressed. So if it goes through that 4,000, if I made enough steel to go through that 4,000, then it would in fact craft the sawdust into charcoal for me. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of steel, let's leave it on that. We've got 360. I think I'll have another 256 of that made. Thank you very much. So that's how we craft steel now. Right, the next thing I want to get onto is I'm not really happy with how the auto processing is going, because of the storage buses. Now, someone sent me a message. Sorry, I forgot who it was. Let me quickly check. Steam Builder 25, saying about things getting stuck in the wrong chests when you're trying to process. And here's an example of that. Gold ore is in there, and that should have been processed by the pulverizer, but it hasn't been. The problem comes with that is if two things trying to go into the storage bus at once, so it's blocked, then one thing will end up coming in here. Then as soon as there's one gold ore in here, rather than go to the storage bus, the gold ore will keep going in here instead. Yeah? So I'm going to change that to buses, I think. So I'm going to want precision export buses, which I should have some. Basic. Precision export bus, I need 1 more of them. No, I need 3 more of them. So, because this can only hold 8 items, I'm going to actually have to have it 2 on each input, yeah? So I have two buses on each router is what I'm going to do. So this is taking its time a little bit. What's going on? We're crafting. Okay, we're producing stuff. It's got everything it needs. It's just taking its time. So one thing you need to be aware of, you see I've got like 12 of them crafting things there to speed up, but it still is limited by the speed. In this case it seems to be the speed of the powered furnace. Powered furnaces you can't really quicken them up. I should probably go to an induction furnace. That'd probably do me better from IC2. Because you can keep that sped up and you can run things through it a lot quicker. I probably will do that actually, that's probably a good idea. I will go to induction furnaces. We're probably going to get the advanced machines in the pack pretty soon as well. So the rotary macerator and stuff, I'll probably use them as well. I've got basic compressor and extractor. I'll probably go to the singularity compressor and the centrifuge extractor once we get advanced machines in the pack. So I've got 4 precision export buses. Now if we come down here, so what I want to do is, unfortunately, let's just break that cable for a second. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put all these things back in there again because they're just shadows of stuff. So I have to actually wait until I get all them bits back again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a precision bus in here. I have to wrench it the right way. And then I'm going to have a second one on the side there. So it's going to have 2 buses. So I've got room. I've got enough space for 16 different 16 inputs. There we go, that's connected again. So once we start getting copper and ore and stuff like that, I've got 16 lots of input. I can put. Can I click on that one yet? Into the router there, which will then feed things into the pulverizer still. And same way, powered furnaces, they're alright, but they are a bit slow. I'll do this for now, but I'm probably going to change this whole setup to... Oh, let's just keep that tidy. Break that off there again a second. Put the cover back. And then put that back on. Yeah, I may in fact do this now. I may change all this and make an induction furnace. So I want one on there. Oops. And I want to turn that off. So dusts, aluminium, cinnabar, okay. And add one to there, and then wrench it round. And they want to be both set to move stacks as well, like so. Okay. Let's cover that. Have I got any stone bricks? Don't think I have. Not. Okay. I'll have to go get stone brick and cover that all up. So that's probably the better way to do it. The storage bus was a bit of an experiment. It works 99% of the time, but not 100% of the time. So if you don't want to have any issues, you're probably best off doing it with buses. Right, what I think I'm going to do is make... Right, so what I need to do now, of course, is that needs to go into the furnace one. That needs to go into the pulverizer. Bauxite, ferrous and galena ore still doesn't go anywhere. Iron gravel wants to go to pulverizer as well. So keeping our run formatted one pretty tidy there. Right, I think I'm going to make a induction furnace, work out where it's going to go, work out how I can connect to it, and probably change my processing to that. 'Cause this is nearly full as well. So I don't need to be using some of you because I've got like 4 MFSUs full here. And my creosote's going to start backing up soon. I could just make a tank, of course, but right, back in a bit with induction furnace, or maybe 2. Hello, so here I am back again. I was about to make some induction furnaces, but what's going on there? That bloody screen again. I was about to make some induction furnaces. Induction. And of course, it needs advanced machine blocks, which of course need advanced alloy, which of course needs a plate bending machine, which of course I cannot break because of my Omni wrench being disabled by Greg. So I'm just going to do it out of just for fun now. I refuse to touch them machines until my Omni wrench works on them. So I'm going a different route. I'm making some steel tanks, and then I nearly got stumbled with this because steel tanks, you need obviously steel plates at the tank walls. I thought, oh Christ, I need a plate bending machine, but no, luckily you can still use a rolling machine for that. Can I use a rolling machine for the other thing as well? No, I'm pretty sure I can't. Advanced alloy, compressor, plate bending machine. So a compressor we've got. Mixed metal ingots has to be plates. And plates can only be made yet in a plate bending machine. So we can't use a rolling machine for them. Just double checking there. So even though I'm trying to make an IC2 machine, I have to use a Greg Tip machine to make it. So I'm going with tanks instead, and I just made one here. I banged my rolling machine down there. I've had this since the treehouse, I think. It's just been sat in a chest until I need it. Because this does draw a constant 1 MGA tick, which I suppose is not a big deal now, so I can just leave that on. And these take 4 steel, gets you 4 steel plates, so I've got a shit ton of steel plates. And I made one tank there, and I've made it 5 by 5 by 6, and that gives me a massive 4.8 million millibuckets, so 4,800 buckets worth of storage space, and I've got room for 5 of these down the side here. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to show you how I was doing it on camera, but I'll make them off camera because it's a bit tedious. And then I'm going to try and work out a way of just having one liquid tesseract that'll pump into all of these as required. And for that I'm going to try looking at a thing called a liquid router, which I think I made some just to see what they were like. Let's have a look. I've got liquid routers in here. I have got liquid routers, okay. I'm not sure how you designate what liquid goes into which, but we'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll allow us to route 6 different liquids, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks. So I've got maybe a contraption I can put together here using a few different mods together, which is what I always like to do. So I'll be back when all these are made, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so here we are, back again, and I've got 5 nice big 4.8 million millibucket tanks, which is kind of awesome. And of course, the way my layout here, I could have a couple more there, and 2 more there, and I could even squeeze one in there and have another 5 down there. Well, I don't know about close to the wither thing, but I could squeeze a lot more of these tanks in if I want. So now it's working out how I want to put liquids in. Now, the way I'd normally do this would be, I'd stick a tesseract there, and have a tesseract in each one. But just for the sake of messing about, I think I'm going to use these liquid routers, and it might turn out shit and I might get rid of this, but what's the worst that could happen here? These work pretty cool. I've just checked it out there. I've put a liquid tesseract there, and it's got the clicking with a Tinker's construct tool. Again, let's not do that with my pick in my hand. It's got the water there that I've just got set up downstairs on the bottom floor, if you remember. So that'll put water through this liquid router, but there's nothing telling it where to go yet. So if I was to put portable tank on there, nothing will go in. You see that I put that onto the purple side. Let's, for the sake of argument, let's put yellow and green and stuff. So nothing is going in there. Well, if I wanted to put liquid into these, all you do is you need a bucket. You need to put the bucket to the correct colour. So if I wanted water to go to purple, put a bucket of water in purple. There you go, water will go into purple. Pretty awesome. And as far as I can tell, if I want anything to go through, put an empty bucket in. And because we've only got water connected here, no, that didn't work. Okay. Well, that didn't, I thought that might have worked. I noticed before that if I put the empty bucket to purple, oh, water did work, it just took its time. Unless it can only go in one way. That's confusing then. Let's break that. Put that on there again. So as far as I can tell, if you want anything to go through, you just put an empty bucket in. So put an empty bucket to yellow, so water's come through to yellow because it's unspecified what can go through. So using this, I can have a tesseract at the end that can take any liquid, and then I can have these things along here. So that's what I'm going to do just for shits and giggles. So I need 8 of them in, 5 of them in total, don't I? I've only got 3 with me. Get another couple. Got one over there, of course. And I've got my liquid duct here. My tesseract, should I say. Let's break all this shit off then. And what we should now be able to do is have a general liquid duct that can send in any liquid, which is going to go up in the roof there. So I've not set a channel for yet, of course, but I'll probably change the creosote channel to it in a minute. And the way I'm going to do this, just for fun, is I'm going to have, now I need to place one to see what side that is. So this side's red, so red's going to be the empty bucket side. I suppose I can do that now as I'm going along. And in theory, if this works as I'd like it to, any liquid that comes in here should get routed along until it finds a home. And as I say, this may not work, you know. And then this is the last one. So this doesn't actually need one, but I'll put one in anyway. And then of course, if I was to expand this, I'd maybe need to place this in a different place. But what I'm going to do is liquid ducts all along here. I suppose we should test this by putting creosote right in the end one, this end over here. So what do I want these tanks for? Well, I suppose creosote, yeah, we've got the one with biofuel down there. I suppose I could put that up here as well. I'm going to have one for fuel eventually, one for lava, one for BDNA. I suppose I could do one for seed, oil, honey if I wanted to. I kind of don't want to do. I'd rather just create them as I need them. Same with the BDNA, to be honest. Anything that runs a boiler though, it's probably best to have stock of, I guess. So let's connect all these up. And then of course, if we do have a creosote one up here, I will be changing the creosote into the engines downstairs to run off the bottom valve of the tank rather than straight from the coke ovens. So there we go. That should looks kind of funky. I might actually run them one level up and hide them behind brick, to be honest. And it's still going to be an issue, isn't it? Because I need to go into there and back out of there again. I just wish everything works with facades, to be honest, is the answer I'd really like to use. So I guess, and then it's going to need connection onto each thing there. Just crazy engineering for the sake of it. I think this is what we can call this. So I guess we want a bucket of creosote. Right then, let us get a bucket of creosote. That's going to be something to do next. So that tesseract is going to be from the bottom of the new creosote tank, so we can get rid of that for now. And I'm sure there won't be any creosote in here. So I'm going to have to cut the camera and wait for a bit of creosote to get produced in one of these guys so I can get a bucket's worth. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I've got my creosote bucket, and let's see if this even works or not. I've done a little bit of stuff off camera while I was waiting for that, because it took a little while to get. But basically what I've done is, I've moved them down. I actually prefer the look of it down once you've got the liquid ducts in. Move them down, and at the bottom of each one I've added a tesseract and a little bit of liquid duct to pump into that. So let us now see if this works. 1 second, sorry about this. Just to click a little pop-up off my screen there from my torrent. Right, so we're going to go into this one, won't we? So have I replaced all the... I have. So, oh, it's not black anymore, is it? I've shit. Okay, let's break this one, see what colour it is. So this side is green. Okay, no problem. So green wants to be a creosote bucket. I guess that's meant to be yellow. And now what I need to do is change. Yeah, I need to change the channels on the two liquid tesseract. Oh no, there's only one now, isn't there? I need to find the liquid tesseract underneath all these. Wonder where the hell that is then. Oh, look at that, it's there. Excellent. So if I change that now, freaking Tinker's Constructs pick. Right, I'll try that again. So I changed these pipes round off camera a little bit the other day. See, that's all filled up because so I was trying to get that bucket, so that ain't got nowhere to go. I did have pipes here to one liquid to one tesseract. I had pipes here, but I plumbed it all into one because there's no point having two. So now, if I want to change weapon, we can change that to this channel, which is channel 0, and it's just a general liquids channel I've created. And if we get upstairs quick enough, oh, I don't think I've set the top one, have I? Oh, yes I have. So it's going along. So that's working, and that's going to there, which it should. And that, oh, for God's sake, man! Always, what's wrong with me? And that there is then set to, can be set to feed into the semi-fluids. So there we go. So that should be everything that was stored in there, and these pipes should all empty, which they have. Cool. So the next thing is to test with another liquid. So I suppose I could just put some water in here just for now. So that's just sending it through, and then into the one that I had there. So what we need to do now is, let's just set this one up for water, just to see. And I can always drain it off again later by bricking the tank. The water in these tanks is stored in the middle block, so it should be stored in that one if I come to break it in a bit. So let's have a look. So first of all, I want to turn that off because I don't want this pumping out. And then I just want to, I put that bucket in there, didn't I? Yeah. So you just saw another bit of creosote going on there, which works as it should. So let's just, for a second, change this to water. You'll see water go down there, and water's going into there. Cool. Let's change that back to liquids, and that should stop the water. All the water will drain into the one that's got water set for it. And you saw some creosote come through there as well. That's cool. So what should happen is, anything that we set to general liquids that has got a home here will come through this tesseract and go into the correct tank. So I think that works well. Let's just check. So if I break them and put them back together, the water will be back. Whereas if I break this middle block, that should have deleted that, because it's the middle block of the base. I guess I don't know how it works if it's an even base, but it's the middle block of the base that stores the data of what liquid's in there. So there we go. We've now got storage for our liquids. That was nice and industrial, which kind of what I was after. Oh, nice. Great looking industrial, don't you? Pretty cool. So now we can set this back to channel 2, which is still set to creosote, of course. So owner only, send only, and creosote. So that will drain this out, because there shouldn't be enough in there to fill all them up. Oh no, I know what I've done. I borrowed the liquid, the tesseract off the other one, I think. Or did I? No, it's still there. Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me. Rage. Man. So is this still set? Oh, right. I turned the setting off this. So that's owner only, receive only. Set that back to creosote. So that should fill these up again. Should do anyway. It's all going into that one. Okay, that's fine. Now some's going to that one, some in that one. Now it's filling that one. And that one. Okay, so there's the creosote going into there from what we had backed up. Just had it turned off a little while. And that should drain all that out there, because that wasn't quite enough to fill it yet. But that will. Now we've got them MFSUs nearly full. So that one's at almost full now as well. So that'll start backing up. And we've got room for 4.8 million. So 4,800 buckets worth. It's into there, so that's going to last us a while. Definitely long enough until we get going with GregTech stuff. So that's that part of the episode done, I guess. Something that I need to start preparing for is let's look at a couple of things in here. I've been running Quarry pretty much constantly, as you know. Well, and pretty much now it's at full speed. I can do like 2 a day. I don't know why this is here actually. I should actually just put this into the base. Let's do that. Screw it. Let's go back to here, and we can put that down next to the one to the treehouse, I think, for now. There, I'm probably going to have a little collection of books up this top level somewhere when I work it all out. But what I'm thinking is next episode may have to be like a Mistcraft exploring episode. Or as people keep asking me to do a live stream, I might try and get a live stream. I might see if I can actually, my upstream can handle a live stream, and I might do a bit of Mistcraft exploration on that if I can set it up. Which, if I can, it'll be before this episode. That makes no sense. Right, so let's just quickly look at. I kind of ended up building a little house up here. So you see, I've got like a little hut where I spawn into, and so this is 2 quarries wide, so 128 blocks wide, and I've gone like about 4 or 5 deep that direction. See, I finished the quarry off there earlier, and now I'm going this direction again now. Just while I'm here, let's get rid of that water block. Might as well. And this is, of course, hell biome. What I need to sort out is, and I was kind of better off showing you that back at the base, so I'll go there in a sec. Come on, fly, fool. This lags my client out quite considerably when I'm draining water from quarries. Let's just turn that off for a sec. And let's just dump that in there. We can get rid of that one as well. Looks like there's one over in the corner as well. But when you're draining, when you start draining a lot of water, like if the quarry's down at base level, you drain it out, it does lag the server a bit. But what I'm not getting from these, because they spawn in specific biomes, is rubies and bauxite. Now, if you look on the GregTech wiki, which isn't always the best place for information, but it does list this quite nice. If you look on the GregTech wiki, you'll see that bauxite spawns in forest type biomes, and rubies spawn in deserts, and sapphires spawn in oceans. So I need to start expanding where I'm actually quarrying to cover those biomes to make sure I've got enough. Mainly, I'm going to mainly say rubies. Rubies is the one that you really need, because rubies you need for chrome. So I need to quarry a desert, and as luck has it, in this world we have actually got a desert just over there, I think. So I could just keep going over there, but I think the time has come to actually start making some dedicated mining ages. So I'm probably going to want one that's a forest type, so maybe plains. I think plains gets you plenty of bauxite. So look, here's a desert, so I could move the quarry over here and just start quarrying over here. And this in theory should have ruby in it. Desert hills. But I'd like to actually make proper quarry biomes that the other guys on the server can use as well. So if you want to go quarry a desert, you've got a place. If you want to go quarry a forest, I say I'm pretty sure plains works for bauxite as well. And an ocean one if you want to get sapphires, although sapphires are not that important. But you get the general gist of what I'm on about. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of Mistcraft exploration off camera. Or, as said, possibly, if I can work out how to do a live stream. So, I've just got a little portal there, by the way, just to get me down to the base. Just in case my jetpack runs out while I'm here. My harness. I filled that up again, as you see. Right, I'm going to go back to the base, I'm going to cut the camera, and I'm not actually sure what to do next. Because we're waiting for 0.7, there's a couple of things I'm really waiting on. One of them, of course, is it looks like we're going to get extra bees, so there'll be a lot of bee episodes coming once we get to 0.7. Also, actually, I do want to get into GregTech stuff, even though I keep complaining about the Omni range. So I think some of the episodes, as soon as we get 0.7, we'll be starting to set up a nice bit of GregTech infrastructure around this floor. Get an industrial grinder made, for example, get the blast furnace here, start automating that stuff, getting that connected to the CME network, that kind of thing. Well, for now, I'm going to cut the camera and see what to do next. Well, here I am back again, and it's a good job I made that tank, because now that's filling up, so we would have been in a trouble again with the coke oven stopping, because of nowhere for the creosote to go. Right, I'm going to wrap up the episode in just a minute. It feels a little bit like I haven't done much though, so I'm going to make one little thing before I go, and it's something that I ain't quite ready to use yet, but it's something I never used before either, so I just wanted to make one, see what it was like. And for it, I'm going to need a load of steel and a load of steel blocks, and as you can see there, I've got the search ready for what I'm looking for. How much steel have I got left? That might not be enough. Let's get another 64 of them crafting. That's crafting, yeah, 64. So I'm keeping that coke oven, that blast furnace filled down there. So what I'm going to make is steam turbine housing. Now, this, I've had a look at the maths a little bit. This requires 320 steam, and our boilers there put out 720. So 320 times 2, 640. That leaves you 80 left over. So 80 is enough for one liquid duct. So one full boiler, wherever they are, oh shit, one full boiler can run 2 of these guys and have enough left over for 2 engines, I believe. 14 engine in it. Why have they stopped? That's weird, isn't it? Tom noticed that the other day, that the top had stopped. But only one on this side. That's really strange. Don't know what's going on there at all. But, I had to break it and replace it the other day, so let's see if that sorts this out. It's getting steam. So they just stopped getting steam for some reason. Them ones shouldn't be getting steam anyway. But all these top ones should be getting steam and they're not. And it's all the top ones that have stopped on that one. Strange. I wonder if that's pulling too much. That makes no sense, does it? Definitely getting a signal, but they're not getting no steam into them. But it's connected to the boiler. Let's have a look into that then. I'll look into that. But what we do with these is these steam turbines, I'm going to place them up against the boiler. So I'll have one side of a boiler with 2 of these on. So I'm probably going to make a few boilers dedicated to these, which means I might actually go with the 24 coke ovens, possibly even 27, and have 3 coke ovens making charcoal to produce. These produce 200 EU each, so that'd be 600 EU. I might try and go for like 1000 EU, but just to get the ball rolling, I'm gonna make one of these, see what it looks like. And first thing we need to do is go upstairs, get my steel plate. Oh no, don't have to go upstairs all the way. Get some steel plates. That should have some in here, which I have. Awesome. So we need. This makes 3. We need 12 in total. So we need 4 times this. So let's get 4 of them in each bit. I've got 5 in each bit there, but I don't need 5. 3, 6, 9, 12. And we can break this again, so I'm just going to put this here for now. So as far as I understand it, this is a multi-block of this shape. There we go. That's what your steam turbine looks like. And this needs, obviously it needs steam piping into it. Oh, as I said, you can place it up against the boiler. That's really confusing me. Son of a bitch, why is it doing that? Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I was going to break these and put them back on again. Just in case it's causing an issue that I haven't quite worked out yet. I should have 4, I've only got 3. So one's there, so... Oh, you bastard. Come on. Now I've only got 2. Where's the other 2 gone? Oh, really? What the shit? Well, where the cock have they gone? They started up. Oh my word. It's all gone to shit. I'm not down here. I'm not in my inventory. I can't believe I just checked my inventory again. Have they gone upwards? They've gone upwards, look. Bastard things. I wonder if it's something inside the ceiling that's possibly affecting them. I'm not sure what lines I've got running above there. Nothing yet, I don't think. Very strange indeed. Very strange. They should both fire up again now and they have, look. Weird, I have to keep my eye on that. Yeah, Tom noticed that the other day. Just that back one there had stopped. Which didn't need replacing this time, but the rest did. Weird. So, the same way as they can take steam directly out of a boiler, so can this. These produce 200 each. They also need another item in there called a rotor, which is what I've got these other blocks for. We'll just make that real quick. And for the rotor we need a load of these things. We need 24 steels worth of them. 2, 3, 4. So let's spread them out like so. No we don't, we need 24 each. So it's 8 around one of them. Gets us that, so I do need more steel. I need 48 steel total. Have I got enough yet? I ain't got enough yet, son of a bitch. Waiting for 2 more steel. Come on, boiler, blast furnace. Right, I'm back in a sec. We'll just finish this off. I'll show you how that goes in there. Obviously it's not going to work yet though, but then I'll be wrapping the episode up. And start working out what we're going to do with this. I thought about moving the ethanol fuel upstairs using a couple of tesseracts, but the fact that this is going to pump straight into there means I was going to have a tesseract under there, put it in a tank, and have a tesseract under there to bring it back, but when it's only got to go that far, I thought screw it, I might as well leave that. So the ethanol's staying there, that's all fine. I could use one of these boilers for the steam turbine, but these are already all got engines that'll be just set on a chest, so I might as well wait until I get new dedicated boilers. But I am considering it, if I like the way this goes, and if I like how long these rotor blades last, because these wear down, I am considering making it using these for all my EU needs, which just for fun. Well, that and the creosote. I'll keep the creosote on, but maybe some bees from lava from bees, but none from the nether. Try and get maybe 4 or 5 of these, so I've got 800,000 EU a tick coming out of these for fun. Steel, come on, give me 2 more. Oh, you bastard, come on. How close is it? Nearly there, come on. If I right click this I should be able to catch it before it goes, possibly. Come on. This is, yeah, got it, cool. This is burning through the charcoal pretty quick, I must admit. There we go. That gets us 3 of them things, and then 3 of them things together make a turbine rotor. So that's a lot of steel. That's 60, 62, 72, sorry, 72, and then another 27. 99 steel per one of them. That goes in there. So, and this can output 200 EU a tick once it's running. So yeah, 320 steam will get us that, and that wears down, and it can put it says something about a redstone signal when it gets to 50% of its durability when you can repair them. So I'll look into that a bit more. But for now, that's something to look into for another episode. For now, I'm going to leave this there. I'll wrap it up. As always, thank you for watching. I'm going to keep my eye on them, make sure they keep working. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.